It's getting cold. Brr, it's cold in here. It's December in El Paso, Texas, and I just wanted to show you guys what is happening in the garden. It hasn't been that cold recently, maybe like a week ago it started getting colder. It's about 60 in the daytime and 30s at nighttime. So I have put all my citrus trees in my greenhouse that I'll show you in a bit. But a lot of this is still alive and well. The cosmos have pretty much died out, but I'm just leaving them because I've seen little baby ladybugs. I forgot what they're called, but little baby ladybugs and other bugs on them. So I've just left them. And over here I had, if you guys remember, I had a bunch of zinnias, but they had, oh my gosh, what was it called? Powdery mildew. They had all the leaves had powdery mildew because I think it rained a couple of times. So then, and I was watering them from the top, so they got powdery mildew. So I removed them all so they wouldn't affect my other plants. I was just gonna leave them until wintertime, February, and cut them down, but I cut them down early. The marigolds are still doing okay. My African daisies are still really nice, and the African daisies, they're pretty much evergreen. They have been for me in the past. So one of the years I had just one, and I noticed that year that it froze, it was still green. So of course I bought more. But some of them, like this one right here, is still pretty leggy. Well, it got leggy because since the zinnias were covering it, I think it didn't get as much sun. So it was looking for sun and it got leggy and ugly. But the rest of them are doing okay. I also put these sprinkler heads that shoot out water like that, and I used to have a dripper that would just drip into the dirt, but now I have that sprinkler, and I think it's wetting the bottom of the plants, and then they dry up and they look ugly. So I'm gonna have to reevaluate that and have my husband change them all over again.
Nope.
Or I'll just like arrange them better. Anyway.
Sounds better.
As you can see, most of it's still green. And again, we're in December and it's mostly green. My Texas Blue Star? I forgot what it's called. Texas. It's not a hyssop. I used to think it was a hyssop. Anyway, this one's dead. The blue mists are barely starting to freeze over. The leaves are turning red. My star flowers are still doing pretty good. The leaves are barely starting to get also like too cold, frost. I actually don't know if the star flowers are gonna make it, but the gazanias right here in the front, those stay evergreen also. I'm still getting blooms from them. The marigolds are still doing okay. All the ones back here are pretty wonky, but again, I'm just gonna leave them and take this whatever dies off in February. So I just leave whatever dies for the little buggies to find shelter. And then as much as it irks me because I want to clean the garden, I do leave it. The mums some have flowers on the mums and some are spent already, but I could see like the new green coming up from the mums. So those kind of stay evergreen for me too. I can't remember. I'll look and I'll show you guys pictures of what they look like in January, February, or just come back and I'll show you what they're looking like. This year I got 4 o'clocks and they're barely starting to die down. Also, my plumbago is still super green, but there's no little purple flowers on it, but it's still looking good. I have random verbena that's all over here. Still green, but no flowers on it anymore, no purple flowers. And the celosia that I got is dying. This celosia, that celosia, and there's one over here. This celosia is dying, but I think it might have been sterile. Is that what they call it? When it doesn't give you any seeds. Because the ones that my friend gave me, Esther from Florida, she sent me seeds and I grew them. And they barely grew, like tiny, tiny little celosias, but it gave me a ton of seeds. And these that was gorgeous didn't give me any seeds. So, womp womp. What else do I got? This one, this pot's still going okay. If you guys remember, the wind knocked it down, so it's just been on the floor now. And the canna is doing okay. And so is the geranium. No flowers, but it's still green. And I have a couple of marigolds in here. And let's go over here. My salvia, the blue one, is doing okay. There's no more little flowers on it, but it's still green. I barely put that one this year, and hopefully it survives this winter. My snake flower that Javier gave me I think it stays evergreen also, so that's nice. Petunias are still petuniaing. The leaves look kind of wonky, but I'm still getting petunias, and these are they just threw themselves there. I don't know when, and they've grown for me like 2 or 3 years, and they just pop up right here. I just let them. Same with the marigolds. I put seeds in the flower garden at one point, and then they just traveled this way. Oh, and this year I got a salvia. I have a pink salvia somewhere over here, and I guess one of the seeds came over here, and this is a salvia growing, which I'm gonna just let it be, and then maybe in spring, I'll transplant it somewhere else, because I don't want the salvia right there, because they're pretty big. This is a salvia autumn sage, I believe it's called, and it's pretty leggy and wonky already. But same thing, I leave it for winter. I just let it be, and then in spring I cut it down to almost nothing. And if you could tell, there's new green coming from the bottom already, so I'll just cut it in the spring. My amaryllis is growing. My neighbor gifted me this last year, and I just threw it in there, not thinking it would grow. And it's totally growing, but I don't know when it's gonna flower. Let's hope it does. The pincushions are doing really nice. I have one pincushion, but I think these also stay evergreen. The vincas are starting to get a little too cold, but they're still surviving. And I'm not a fan of my carnations anymore because they're kind of wonky. Cosmos are still blooming. Some yellow marigolds are still blooming. My coneflower that I bought a couple months ago, dead. Oh, there's one over here that's under the blue mist. That one's survived, probably because the blue mist is covering it. And then my dahlia that gave me 2 dahlias last year did not give me any this year. She grew, she died, and then some more is growing from the bottom, so I don't think she's gonna give me anything this year. And all the irises that I moved, I don't know if you guys saw that video, I'll link it. I moved them, they were all bunched up right here, and I moved them over here to the back, and they're doing pretty well. None of them have died, so that's a good sign. And what else? That's it. I'll show you guys next month, January, what it's looking like, just so you kind of have a feel of what happens. And in summer, this whole part gets sun from about 11 to sundown, 8. But in the winter right now, it doesn't have that much light. It gets light right now like at 9:30. It starts to get the sun, but by 3:30 it doesn't get sun anymore. And my ground cover did really good. It covered the ground. Some spots didn't take, but I wasn't watering regularly. And I still don't know what to do with this spot, but I was just putting nutrients into the soil because I didn't really want to dig it up and add nutrients. So I put this cover crop That's supposed to give nutrients back to the soil and then aerate it. So that's doing really well. If it should die in the winter by itself. If not, I'll just come and chop it up and leave the stuff there to add more nutrients. My citrus trees I put in my greenhouse. And oh, I got sunflower. This sunflower just grew out of nowhere. This is super cute. I love the look of this. It looks like all cottagey. This is Alyssa, marigolds, some cosmos over here. This sunflower grew on its own. But as you can see, like the stems or the petals, they just stayed shut. They didn't really open up because it's too cold, not enough light. Obviously, sunflowers like light. But just a day or two ago, I'm still seeing bees on anything that's alive. So I'm always happy to see when the bees are getting like food and stuff. And that's all for the flower garden. I have onions growing over here. My mulberry is dying. I guess I'll show you guys the vegetable garden too. This is basil, but I'm trying to let it dry so I could collect the seeds. That's why it looks all leggy. And again, I still see bees on these. My alyssum's going wild. I have some beets growing over here. 2 of them are ready. I should take out already. And then there's more growing. My rosemary is still doing well. She's huge. I already cut off all the tomatoes from the bottom, but I just left them there. And there's a couple of carrots growing, but not really. I took off the zucchini that was here because it was getting gross. This is my mulberry. She's deciduous, which means all her leaves will fall and then she'll come back in spring. I took out most of my bell peppers the other day. I got a ton of them, cut them up, and then put them in the freezer for later. There's some more basil here, some random marigold, and I also threw in the cover crop here. Oh, and I have a lot of strawberry. Well, not a lot. I have a couple of strawberries, which I keep forgetting to tell my kids to come grab. Here's a strawberry. Here's a gorgeous one. And there's more over here. So cute. So I need to tell my kids because they like to come and pick them. And I keep forgetting because I made them Rice Krispie treats yesterday. So, of course, I forgot to give them that treat. The peppers, chilies. I don't actually know what kind of chilies these are. Patrick from In the Garden with Patrick gave me a little mystery. When he grew, it was small and it became all this. And I've been giving my mom chilies and chilies. It gave me so many chilies. And I have some random, probably onion or garlic growing here. I also put cover crop. And I threw in either cauliflower or broccoli, but it's barely coming along. I don't know. Didn't do good for me. And I also threw onion seeds right here. I just threw some onion seeds that I grew. And they're growing, so I'm super excited. I also ordered some from Dixondale Farms, some starters, but they'll come in January and I'll plant those already. But I'm really excited that I grew them from seed. So we'll see how those do. I'm excited about that. So this whole row is just alyssum and onions, and I still have some tomatoes over here that I need to take off. I take them off. I'll probably take them off right now because they're green. And I put them in a box, a cardboard box with some paper, and then they ripen there. And that's all what's going on in my garden right now. Again, it's December. I live in El Paso, Texas. And I just wanted to show you guys what's happening. It wasn't getting cold like it usually does in November. So everything was still kind of alive. And anyway, hit like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next month.
Next year.
Yeah, see you next year.